So that's what the sun looks like here in Calgary. We woke up this morning to a very smoky city.
Yeah, we were gonna go for a walk, and I think I might just do yoga inside, because like you can smell it. Like I feel like all of me is gonna smell like smoke now.
So we came to Calgary to visit with some friends of ours, and our plan is to drive north to Edmonton and then to Grand Prairie to visit with Leah's brother and sister-in-law. But the whole province is basically on fire right now, which is obvious because the smoke has even reached Calgary and there's no fires nearby. So today is the day that we've scheduled to leave, so we're gonna continue with our plan and we're just gonna have to monitor the situation, I guess. Oh my God! Oh. Look at this! Oh. Wow!
I miss the mountains so much, but...
Oh my God!
It's the Rockies!
That's amazing!
We're rocking with the Rockies!
It has been so long since we've actually been on a hike, like actual hike, like up in the mountains.
Real hike.
It feels so good to be back in the mountains. Oh my God! This has got to be one of the most breathtaking views for us right now. Because honestly, you can't imagine how hard it is to, look, it keeps going. Like it's, the whole thing is just absurd. Wow. Like there she is, pregnant on a mountain.
Showing them the world.
Oh. This is bump update.
Bump update.
We are very stoked.
Almost 21 weeks. Boo, 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 boo.
Wow.
We're halfway.
We're halfway there. All right, so Leah and I just finished off one of the best hikes that we've had on the trip. And now we are trying to get the RV level for the night. This is not really an issue that we had with the Prius for the most part, because the Prius is so small and the wheelbase is so narrow that you can kind of get flat almost anywhere. But this thing is a lot longer and a lot taller. So even if you're just a little bit out, everything inside is like way more drastically affected. So I salvaged some wood from the fire. Hopefully that gives us a little boost and things are a little more level indoors. So to give you an idea of how slanted we really are, if you just leave this, it just swings open like that. And all of our doors do this, so if you just move this slightly.
That would be me in the middle of the night rolling towards you.
It's definitely not a refined system. Okay, let's see how this goes. Oh, that's awesome. So, it looks like I got it pretty well. Yeah. Right on the money. That's awesome. Look at that. Like a freaking glove. So one of the great benefits of finding a remote campsite out in the middle of nowhere by yourself is that you get to hang out naked.
Oh man. Well, you smell good from that shower.
Oh, RV life is looking pretty good right now.
Right? With that view. hungry, so we already ate most of it. But we had burritos, and that's our last one to share.
1.5 each with absolutely unbeatable views.
This is unreal. You can't even really get the scope because, like, those are the Rocky Mountains over there, and it's so beautiful. It's almost as beautiful as your face.
Okay, here you go.
And this burrito. Yeah, put that in the plate. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Oh, that was beautiful. That was great. I can't wait to eat it.
So we've had this RV for 2 weeks, almost exactly as of right now. And we've done most of the RVing things that you can do with an RV.
The only thing that we didn't do was actually go to a legitimate campground and pay to like do the hookups. So we're like, well, we gotta pay for the gas to get this thing across Canada. We're gonna boondock or stay with friends the whole time, and that was such a good choice.
Probably the biggest pro of the RV experience is just how independent you are. The bed, the bathroom, the kitchen setup, everything works really, really well, and you can basically be out here in the middle of nowhere and still have all of the amenities of home.
And the nice thing is that works really well in urban settings as well.
Mhm.
When we were in Winnipeg, it was easy for us to stay at our friend's house. We were like, oh, well, don't worry. We have a bed, we have a bathroom, kitchen, whatever. So it's way less stress on the people that you're visiting because you got everything you need.
And the fact that this thing is only 20 feet long and relatively short, it's just like driving a car. We had no issue anywhere. We were in downtown Winnipeg, driving around in cities, and this thing was very handleable.
And I even enjoyed driving it as well. I don't have a ton of experience driving big vehicles, but I found this one pretty
Easy.
comfy. As soon as, basically after that first like 10, 15 minutes, I was like, oh, okay, I understand how this works. And it was pretty chill.
One of the major downsides of this rig, though, in particular, is that you look like a tourist. Like, everybody hates you on the road. You're the biggest and the slowest thing. Everybody's blowing by you. And you can't really boondock as many places as a result because you're such a sore thumb.
The other thing is that obviously I'm pregnant, so we're gonna have to have a rig that can accommodate a child or two. And while you can put car seats in the back, there's so many things that could open and fly around. So I wouldn't feel particularly safe having the baby strapped into the back here.
That was actually something that we heard in comments from some of you. So thank you so much for sharing all that feedback. If you have comments, of course, please leave them down there below. We always answer in the first couple hours, at least when videos go live, and we try to get to all of them. So thank you so much for that. And now we're gonna enjoy this sunset. So that's what the sun looks like here in Calgary. We woke up this morning to a very smoky city. So we came to Calgary to visit with some friends of ours, and our plan is to drive north to Edmonton and then to Grand Prairie to visit with Leah's brother and sister-in-law. But the whole province is basically on fire right now, which is obvious because the smoke has even reached Calgary and there's no fires nearby. So today is the day that we've scheduled to leave, so we're gonna continue with our plan and we're just gonna have to monitor the situation, I guess.
So I just got off the phone with my brother who lives in Grand Prairie, which is why we're going so far north. And it's wild how many of these wildfires are happening all across northern Alberta right now and heading into BC. Like the smoke here, we are hours south from where the fires actually are, but the smoke here is still so thick. This is our general route, and you can see there's just so many fires. Apparently this one's under control, but I don't know about these other ones.
It's amazing how like the tone changes too. Like yesterday, it was such a good day. We were out in the mountains. It was beautiful. It was clear. And then like this settles in, and I don't know, like the mood and the energy just is totally different. It's yeah, it's a little nerve-wracking, to be honest.
It's so beautiful in this part of Alberta. You want to be able to go out and enjoy like looking at the Rockies and going on hikes. And basically, especially being pregnant, I'm like, I'm just gonna hang out inside, I guess. Like we tried to go for a walk this morning and I was like, I don't think I should be breathing in any of this. Well, neither of us should, but I definitely shouldn't be.
Air quality statements continue to blanket much of Western Canada as wildfires are now burning across 3 provinces.
Yeah.
So we are driving through Fox Creek right now, which is one of the areas that is under evacuation notice. And as you can tell, no one is allowed to go into the town. I mean, it's completely empty. There's no one on the streets whatsoever. And the police have blocked off both entrances to the town. So we're really close to the fire now, I think.
Fox Creek was where people were being evacuated to, and now they've moved that another hour south, where it's a lot clearer. When we were listening to CBC this morning, one of the things they recommended was if you have to drive this way, make sure you have a full tank of gas because you can't stop in any of these towns to fill up. It's local traffic only, and they're trying to get people out of here. Thankfully, in Grande Prairie, there isn't a fire around there, but we have to go through a pretty intense area to get there.
The highway that had been closed since Friday now finally reopened. But police warn the threat is still very real and are cautioning those who can finally get through to go slow.
Ah, there she is.
Hi, sweetie.
So we have been inside the house basically ever since we got to Grande Prairie because the smoke has been so intense that we literally don't leave the house.
We can't even really turn on the AC. It's been really hot, but the AC like brings the smoke in. So it's been hot. We've been trying to find things to do, especially with a 5-year-old. So lots of, fun dinners, dance parties, things like that.
This little air purifier has been running non-stop since we got here, and all the windows are closed in all the bedrooms, and you can still smell it inside here as well.
It's amazing the difference from inside to outside. You come in, you're like, oh, it's like fresh in here. You're like, that's not normally the case when you walk indoors.
Yeah. Leah and I have made it to her brother's house here in Grande Prairie, and it is...
Background. No! I'm serious.
Carly and Jordan are hosting us, and it's still smoky. Like, I don't know if you can kind of see the situation here, but it's a very smoky day. This is the only time that we really plan on being outside because we need to clean off the car because it's been absolutely disgusting basically since we've been back in Canada. So let's show her some love. Are you hiding right now?
I'm in the background. I don't want to be in the background.
You want to be in the foreground. Look,
No.
Carly's in.
Let me know. Prepare me. Oh my God, let me see this.
Okay, say what you just said again.
It looks so good.
Look how pregnant you are. You got a little tongue sticking out.
I was recording for my class. I could only see this.
Oh my god. It's not perfect, but it is a heck of a lot better than it was. I honestly can't get over what this car has been through, and the fact that this car went through all of it with basically no issues. The only real problem that we had was with our battery, and that was because we were doing weird stuff with it, like having the doors open for days at a time. The only real thing I am worried about is whatever wear and tear we seem to be getting on the edge of that wheel, because that is something I have never seen before. My guess is that it has to be something to do with the lift that we put in the car. Yeah, look at this. This other side is bad still, but not nearly as bad as the other side. And then compare it to this back wheel. I mean, you can really tell how much of a difference we're dealing with here. Holy. All right, so we are going to be here in Grand Prairie for a number of days, and then we are going to head back to my hometown of 100 Mile based on whatever route has the least fires on it.
Living in basically a wildfire zone where there is smoke everywhere, you just don't realize how trapped you feel indoors, where that's the freshest air that you get to breathe. Even driving around Grand Prairie, I don't feel like we have a really good understanding of what the city looks like, because you just can't see that far ahead of you anywhere you go.
So hopefully things improve for this area. If you want to support and help the people in Grand Prairie and across Alberta, you can donate to the Red Cross. And hopefully the next time you see a video on our channel, we are not in a smoke-filled part of the country.
So thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next week.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
It is our final leg of the journey back to BC, where we will be spending our final night here in the Prius.
No smoke, just fresh air and mountains. Oh, it's making me kind of sad. Look at this cozy little Prius.